Well, that was really strange. They changed our music up on us on the intro, so I was not
And
expecting.
it was like weirdly louder than before too.
Yes, yeah. I was waiting for the nurse to come out and call me to go back to see the doctor.
Yeah, that was a interesting
Good
start
morning, Roy.
to the weekend. Good morning,
Good
man.
morning.
How you doing?
I'm fabulous. How about yourself?
Doing good. Oh, do we have? I forgot to mention. Do we have book map this today,
I
or
got
we
yeah,
hold off
I got
on it?
no, I got to share it. I meant to share it and I forgot, so it just takes me a couple seconds here to get it going.
No problem.
Well, why you didn't ask me this before we started
I
streaming?
know. I just thought of it as we were streaming. I need to do my little box for today. I'll do that while we're on it. We'll probably do the same one you've done. Pretty clear.
There we go. Okay, go. You can go back to yours now. You know when I log in, it automatically swaps it. So.
Nope.
So we got a nice little shelf there at 47.50. Look, today's going to be an interesting day. I shared with you some charts yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. I got too much time on my hands, so let's look at hourly. So we got different levels. This is what I shared with Roy yesterday. You can see we got a few fair value gaps. If you see the green ones are going to be the 4-hour red's going to be the daily, except on this one. This is an hourly fair value gap. You can see we came right up to it this morning and then rejected down. So if you're playing a fair value gap, you would like to see it come up to around the 79.80 area to see if it rejects there. So we'll just call 80 a spot that we're going to watch if it does pop up that high. Let's see. Crazy. It popped right on. Going to turn you red though, so everybody can see it. So that would be where you would look for a rejection if it does come up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is I think that was a 4-hour. Yep, there's your 4-hour. So it's we got some things going on here. We overall had a horrible day on Friday. I mean, I say the market had a horrible day. I didn't say we had a horrible day.
Right. Yeah.
Market tanked on Friday. First trend day I can remember we had, like, for real trend day, and I can't tell you the last trend day we had before that.
Yeah.
So trend days have not been the norm here lately. So you got a lot of different stuff going on around the world now that's kind of doing this. You had that. I guess we got a new corona outbreak somewhere in China with a new strain that was somehow found at the Wuhan lab. Which how that lab is still open, I don't know. Seems like somebody would have attacked that lab by now and got rid of it because. And kind of digging into that, I saw Tulsi Gabbard. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
There's 200 biolabs that America has contact with around the world, right? Not just here. And of course, Wuhan, China, that is one of the labs America has stuff with. Well, come to find out, like their security and stuff and their everything they got going on is next to nothing. She was calling for the immediate closure of all of them, immediate closure and destroying all viruses, and then she was like, hey, if we can do that, then you can reopen these, but we're going to have stricter guidelines. We're going to have stricter security. We're going to have ways where the stuff doesn't get out because, I mean, right or wrong, believe it or not, the first coronavirus came from a lab, right? I mean, it's pretty much tracked down to that Wuhan lab that found this next one. So did they release another one? Is that what we're doing now? I mean,
I didn't see a video. I did see a video on it that basically said it was a nothing burger.
It was a what?
A nothing burger. Basically, the way this particular virus has to get transmitted, it's not human to human. It's oddly human to camel.
So of course, it was found in a bat again. Why not?
Yeah.
It's always a bat. And from what I saw, it was shown that it can be transmitted from a bat to a human. So we'll see. I don't know. I just think it's ironic that we're coming into March, and
Yeah.
hey, we found a new coronavirus. Trump's in office. It just kind of all this. It's too common of occurrence to happen every time Trump's in office. It comes out. I mean, it's just. I dug deep. I went down a rabbit hole on the bird flu. I saw a bunch of chicken farmers who are actually speaking out, saying that, hey, what we're seeing and what they're saying on this is not accurate. This is not what's happening. So it's kind of like when you had anything else, when every bird death, no matter what it is being considered bird flu death, no matter what. If you step on a bird, they're classified as a bird flu death. And supposedly, I guess some of your bigger companies, chicken companies or whatever the hell they are, I guess they are not. Their sanitation and all is really bad, so it's kind of hard to argue that point. What's today's date? The
24th.
Only reason I asked that, I've got to on this anchored VWAP, I got to actually go in and set it. I got to change the date every day, so it's set. So it doesn't automatically do it. You guys wouldn't hear with us on Friday, and I can't do it on here because they don't have anchored VWAP on Top Step, so I have to follow it on Trading View. But if you look, me and Roy played the anchored VWAP on Friday, and I mean, of course, it gave us a hell of a note. We didn't hold it all of it, but we made really good money on it.
Yeah.
Really, really good money. I mean, we had a fantastic day Friday. Of course, we had a trend day, so there you go.
And we actually cut it probably way too early.
Oh, yeah. We got how many 80 points, I think, was it?
Yeah, I think we were done by like 11, 12 Eastern.
Yeah, it was early.
And then
Roy sent me a message. He said, damn, I think we cut this thing too early. And I was like, we need the early day. We've been grinding here lately. And that early day was exactly what I needed. It was fantastic.
We got to try out the Top Step new dashboard with the passing of the combines.
Yeah, if you didn't know, let's see. Oh, I gotta do this. Is so stupid. Go to your screen real quick while I do this.
I got you.
Just so we I don't know why every time I go to click that. All right, so we can click back to now. So if you didn't see it the other day, this is the new dashboard. I don't know if we had it. I think
we're open.
Yeah, we didn't do it Thursday, but now, so let's say that you have an account that is up for a rebuild, but it's not blown, right? Well, now that reset that used to not just go away, now it goes to your reset bank. So you can actually build up some resets. Real-time trading processing, we actually saw that Friday. I passed the account, and I went to my Top Step. When I was on Top Step here, I was like, oh, let me pull my accounts up. I was like, whoa, they're not there. Well, it's because they had already passed. So you go to your accounts, and now you see we got pass, and then I did activate one of them so far, and then I'm gonna let them pay for the rest of them. So until we take a payout, we're not touching the rest of them. We'll leave them there. And these would be good examples too. If you have some that's holding on, when they come up for rebuild, now that reset goes to your bank, and you bank a reset. You don't have to worry about all this stuff. So it's really great. I like the way they're doing that. We haven't done this yet, but hopefully today. That account on it. So it's only new accounts too. So it's only accounts that you get through here that's tracked in the dashboard, the new dashboard. So I have an old account, right? That's not. I can't do anything with it in this dashboard yet. So I still have to go through the old dashboard to do that one. which you still have access to both of them. So it's all the good stuff. We did 3. You get 25% off on 5 up to 5 combines when you do get this new dashboard. So if you want to go in there and take advantage, I think it's like $36 for the 50 is what it costs. So it's a little bit better. So yeah, I've seen a lot. I was watching. I went down some rabbit holes on. We're open here, just talking about everything. Getting a nice little rally on the open. MO came out. Well, I can't tell you what it came out at because it's not showing there. See if it's showing here. There it is, 212 main to the upside, NASDAQ -4, Dow +74, Mag 7 -4. So you do see me doing something a little different today. I'm actually going to copy trade these accounts. I'm not going to, once I get them all back full again, I'm not going to copy trade all of them, but I would like to keep a couple in there copy trade. And that just keeps me from over trading. What I've figured out is my first 3 or 4 accounts that I trade seem to have been really good. And the last 1 or 2 is the ones I've been struggling with because I've been missing the moves on them. So I'm going to kind of break it down and copy trade in sections to see how that works out.
Awesome.
Is my thought process there. We'll see how it plays out.
Switching to my chart, you got the pop kind of came on the bottom Bollinger Band. That's proven to be a pretty good little spot lately. Of course, Friday, when all hell broke loose. But so you're getting a rejection at the 50 as well up here on the 5-minute. And yeah, back down it comes. I'm going to really try to play the opening box breakout that we've been kind of had a lot of success with. Just kind of stick to that for now and not rush anything. I mean, as you can see, we're in Mahani's chart. That's that big gray area. We're kind of right in the middle of it. So
yeah,
not a lot. I mean, this is a nasty candle. It's getting faded.
You're breaking the opening VWAP. So, we hadn't really said anything yet, but it is breaking below it. So there is that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that out of here. Yeah, I'm just kind of going back and forth. I've got Take Profit Trader. I did pass their test on Friday. So we have a $25,000 that we get to trade today. We're going to do one lot, trying to make $300. We either make 300 or we lose 300. Kind of the goal. If we see something else, we might take, another trade if we're 300 up, but it's going to have to be A plus. Like, I don't know how many pluses on A, but we're going to have to be a lot of pluses there.
I'm going to run through Mag 7 real quick while we're kind of grinding, figuring out a trend. You keep an eye on that bottom box. It's a nasty opening candle here with that top wick. But market tide, general market tide showed green to start, is now faded. Call premium is dropping. Put volume in the lead on SPY. You got the same kind of look where put premium is rising, call premium dropping. Still very early on these data, so I mean, you got hardly nothing volume, 10K. So just keep that in mind. This stuff can turn on a dime, but we're trending down right now to open. So we do have this 50-day moving average 60.4175, and as you can see, kind of prior it, this morning it tapped it, popped up. So it looks like it may want to do another retest here shortly. So be careful at that 60.42 level if you are looking to short or play anything. Mag 7, you got Apple starting green, up 0.5%. NVIDIA up 2%. They have their big earnings on Wednesday afternoon after hours, so keep that in mind. Microsoft dying at the open. Google, similar nasty wick at the start, but up 1.3%. Amazon down, basically flat really on the day. Meta basically flat on the day. Tesla had big news in pre-market. They have launched self-driving in China. So that was that big pop in pre-market, and it's kind of faded off now. So we'll see if they can get some momentum up. Coin, my darling, did me wrong on Friday. It's up 0.5%, but I need it to be up a lot more percent. Bitcoin, nasty wick to start. Retested 95,000 here shortly. Solana has gotten murdered. I probably shouldn't say that on the stream, but the M word. 157 is Solana. So for context here, the last time we were at these levels was pre-election.
You might want to go back to the ES chart. We're getting a breakdown here.
Getting a breakdown at ES. All right, let's get the game faces on. Here we go. Flip here. So we're at the bottom. We are testing that 50-day moving average, which is the bottom of the zone. Spicy.
Yeah.
If this holds, I think you got to pop.
Yeah. Hold on. You want to see something interesting?
Yep.
I don't know if you can see the number down at the bottom of the iceberg. That is 1,679 icebergs that were down there that pulled that down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's now 1,686 icebergs down there. You had 678 stop losses rated on this move down. You had 401 on the move up. So that first move up. So it looks like they are cleaning some stop losses up to start with. Now, like I said, we don't know these stops. We call it stop losses, but these could be stop limit orders to get in. We're not really sure. We just know it's stops that are getting hit. So naturally, typically we assume this that. But 1,704. Oh, they just all cleared. All those iceberg orders cleared. Now you got a 99 to the downside. That was strange. Saw it and left. Now they're building up 216. And you can see that red number there, 702, 712 now. That's how many stop losses have been hit on this candle so far. Stops have been hit on this candle so far. Interesting spot. You got here, and then you got a bunch of orders right below it. Then you had more at 60-30. They just moved those 60-20. And you got a few around the 6,000 mark down there. So we definitely could see another. I don't want to say it yet, but could see a trend down day again. It is not as let's just look what it did Friday. So you get this big trend down, and then overnight just kind of worked its way back up some, not all the way up. Got about half of it back, and you can see we're trending down pretty hard again here. So
yeah, your tide is showing downside.
And down here is where we got to be careful. We can't just rush into a short down here just because it's down here. Because it doesn't mean that we're going to stay here. We want to see a close down here below this. If you look at, let's look at the anchored VWAP is 60.48. So, I mean, you've got a little room to pop back up. Of course, you can't see it on here, but let's see. I don't know, it's not on here for some reason. I'll add it back. I can share it, but we want to look for this 60.48.70 where it's sitting at right now. So rejection, you can play up, a short off of it, and a break above it, you can play a long. And I mean, you can see if it's 60.48 area, just right around here. If it was to break to the upside, you could get a decent move. You got a few things to watch, but you really could get a decent move back up. So no rush. We're going to back this off. I don't think. I was going to trade 2 lots. I want to build it up a little more before I trade 2 lots on it. I really want to trade 2 lots on Top Step.
Mm-hmm.
If we would have traded 2 lots, I only traded 1 lot on it. Roy saw me. I actually traded the 3 combines, and I did 2 lots like I normally do. And what was it, Roy? We got $1,648 per one year.
Yeah, it was
Trading
awesome.
only 2 lots, nothing crazy. If we can get this breakdown here and hold, that would be fantastic. But like I said, you got orders at 40, then you got a bunch of orders right below that, 38. They are moving. These more orders are more algos. You're going to see them move more. No rush, though. No rush. Yep,
Yeah, I mean, you are just right on top of that 50-day moving average, so it's a spot definitely right here.
You got the 50-day moving average. You got our overnight low. You got a bottom of our zone. I mean, you got a few things working there that kind of all works together to kind of hold it up. So that's why if we can see a clean break of it, you definitely could get a nice move down, probably back down to around the 6,000 range, if not a little more. That's if we get, another trend down. We get this break that we're looking for here, which here it is.
You got an increase in put premium.
Yeah, not just that though. You got CVDs popping. It's negative 6,000. It went from negative 5,000 to negative 6,000 that quick. So it was actually negative 4,000 to negative 6,000. Sorry. So you got it building here pretty strong. I did take the break on take profit.
Okay.
We're about $100 up, but we need more of a move. I'm looking for this 300. One thing I don't like about this, it is a trailing stop now. So if we do get a bounce back up, I've got to be able to. I can't let this thing run against me far at all.
Yeah, so I guess you'd have to move your stop limit now up $100 technically to make sure you keep that 300 range, right?
Yeah. So we're going. Soon to hit negative 7,000 on CVD. For some reason, I just think we're fixing, and this could reverse right here, but there maybe it is going to reverse. I liked it to the downside though. You got good momentum to the downside. Now CVD's come back to negative 63. It got to about negative 7. So you had a bunch of iceberg orders to the upside, but you got 3,000 iceberg orders to the downside. Well, bounce back up here. Test and a rejection, or is it pop back up? I like it to fall down here. We're going to actually take one here too.
Yeah, I took a short in here. I like the battle it's having back in the zone. It's not exactly covered, but I'm going to keep my stop pretty tight.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Not yet. We ain't got it.
Market tide is suggesting on SPY a little bit more downside. General market, you got puts dropping a little bit. Put premium still in control. Your Mag 7 is still holding up. I mean, Nvidia is getting bidded pretty good. It's up 2.6%. Yeah, just needs that flush right now. Would be magical.
It would be magical. I like magical.
Magical.
It's just not getting a follow through down yet, and we're still super early here, guys. So
yeah,
I don't want to move my stop loss yet. I want to give the trade room to play out, but yeah, Todd's suggesting now. You said it a minute ago. It looks actually even more bearish right now. You just had a pop and premiums. CBD is not running away. You got these orders down here around 60. They're sitting at 60.35. It seems like they're fighting to keep it from testing that area for some reason. Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here watching and waiting.
SPY's at 690. Go ahead.
I said that opening candle was ugly. You had to move up and look like it was going to rip up, but then you made that huge wick to the upside.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here, but you did get a little wick on the downside. They're fighting this level down here. So, I mean, you see 35 is probably the level we got to break to get a good runner. If we can break 35, then we should see
pre-market low.
See it. Yeah.
24.
24. So, yeah. We're going to actually come all the way down here with this one. And then what would ideal scenario here, right, is we trail this stop down once we get a move. And technically, we probably could move our stop here. And if it breaks it, that's kind of a spot there that would be where you would think it's going to go back up anyway. So it's not a horrible place to leave a stop. It just worries me this early in the morning. Look at your put premiums are still popping, but your volumes turn green on SPY.
So I got that on holdings. I got that on holdings on SPY. SPY, I've got it nasty. You can see this on here. So this is my SPY.
Let me redo mine. Oh, I was on hold. Sorry. Yep, I was on the wrong one.
Now you're getting to move down here to 34. Burn.
Yeah, it's wanting to bounce up here. It did miss my take profit over here by one tick. That would be annoying if it didn't go back and take this back out. That would be a big hit on the whole trailing drawdown there.
Oh, yeah. That would be a double whammy.
Yeah. We were tick away again. There we go. Took it out. So there's that.
Yeah, nice job.
We're going to move this down. We're going to guarantee. We're going to guarantee $200 in this trade on this one now. So we are done. One trade on Take Profit Trader today. I got $307.50 off of it. One lot.
Okay.
And we are. Make sure y'all hear that. That is me. We don't get caught in anything stupid, and I can get off that chart and leave it alone now. I got an area here on TradingView at 31.75. I don't know where that came from, why it's there, but it is something we need to watch out for.
All the tides are very bearish. It's your SPY. You see the
All the
put premium
tides.
rising. All the tides. Holdings, you saw that big drop in call premium. Volume went red. Increase in put premium. You've got the general market tide, just gross. So there's not a lot of positive sentiment on the tide side. Bookmap wise, how are we looking on CBD?
Negative 9,000. Yeah, same. Yeah. You're seeing the same thing with CBD. You're seeing with them. So I'm actually going to move my take profit on this. You can't see me moving it, so you don't have to swap over. But we're going to see how much we can actually get out of this bad boy. I'm going to move my take profit down to 6,001.
Okay.
So if it hits 6,001, that would be a $2,000 day on one lot.
Okay.
So look, do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. No, I can't get that lucky. But I'm going to leave it there just in case. We are going to trail this thing down some, so we're going to move this down to the top of this one. So 262 guaranteed. And then we'll move it on every other candle going forward. If we keep trending down, you'll see me move it, but you won't see it every single candle me move it. Maybe, who knows? I might move every candle. We'll see. See with these negative 9,500 now. I'm gonna have to move it now because it's. I mean, we're just getting too much here. We're gonna guarantee $400 in this trade. Oh, I wish I would have held my take profit trader. Anybody that doesn't know about take profit trading, we just went almost 11,000, 10.5 on CBD.
Whoa!
Take profit trader, they got a buffer. It's $1,500 on a $2,500 account. On $25,000 account. Anything I get over that, I can take out daily. No minimum days. So if I would have held that initial one, I would be, you see it would be $800 up. Take profit trader now. We're $300 up. We are being more conservative in that one just because of that trailing drawdown until I hit 1,500. I got to be careful with that. So
does the trailing stop at 1,500? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Once you get 1,500, it stops. It's just like everywhere else. It stops. It doesn't follow you anymore. It's there. So I want to build 1,500 up on it. Then we can do what we want to do with it.
Yeah. Cool.
Roy's seen this before. I'm going to get just a little bit more aggressive with the stop here just because I want to make sure we get something. So I'm guaranteed $500 in this trade today.
Beautiful. One lot.
And if you look at this, I know I'm kicking myself. I didn't do my 2 lots.
Yeah.
We'd be scaling 1,000, right? Or actually 1,700. We'd probably be. I'm not gonna lie to you. You'd probably be done.
You would have sold one. Yeah, you would have sold one.
By now. I would have sold both. Probably. If I saw 2,000, I ain't gonna stop my mind. But we're guaranteed 500. Look, here's the deal. If we do have a trend down again today, if it does stop me with me keeping my stop tighter, I can always re-enter.
Right.
But I just got to protect some capital here. I mean, this is too good of a start. Y'all seen me have trades go from green to red, and we're just not doing that today. We're going to guarantee. I mean, I could move it down right now and guarantee $800.
Yeah, you could move it to the top of the last candle. So if it's a green candle, it would.
This one is actually payout status now. So,
boom.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wouldn't mind taking a payout. So we're going to move it there. We're guaranteed 775. This is going to take us out probably. This is probably too aggressive stops, but I mean, shit. We're $1,000 up right now. I just don't know. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you guys. What I'm going to do, and it might catch
probably break the copy trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave one. Take the one that you're doing a payout on.
Yeah. That one there. Oh, it hit me. Damn it. I don't know what it did that for. It hit in one. This one's showing that I'm 900. I got $1,000 on it. I don't know why that one hit, another one didn't hit, but
maybe because you broke the copy trade.
oh, when I broke it. Yeah, that's what it was. That's okay.
We got it all. That's all right.
Almost $1,000 out of that one there. So I am locking this up because I will take a payout on this one today.
Congrats. Good job.
We will take, and we can take 1,200. I'll take probably like 1,100 out of it, leave 1,400, and then we'll continue doing the one lots, right, to build it back up. But look at there, Dirty Harry, 651 lot. I had to take it. Good job, bro. Good job.
Nice job.
Like to see that. That makes me happy. That's
fine.
Just leave it here and let it go. Whatever happens, happens now.
If we're looking, kind of recap a bit, I mean, everything we've hoped for the last few weeks kind of came in a silver platter for us here. You had a breakdown of the zone and you had a retest. Let's go to the 5 minute. You can see that retest right there. Perfect. And then kind of a struggle at orb low and then breakdown.
Yep.
With all of our indicators tied, CVD all lining up, it was a clear play for.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm done for the day. I'm just waiting for this trade to finish out. I'm not trading anything else. There's no need to trade anything else. This is where you get in trouble. You get greedy and you start going extra. I mean, no matter what happens, I'm guaranteed a $900 day today. I'm guaranteed a $2,100 trade because there's two accounts here would be $1,800 or over. Roughly, this would be $1,900 and $300 over there. So, $2,200 a day, cash money. Now, this is not bullshit. This is cash money I'll be able to take out.
Yeah.
So, suck it.
You're getting still tied is still raging in the Bears' favor. So SPY is still premium. I mean, you still got a shot where obviously this can recoil up pretty quick. So you got to be careful as these big moves come down. You could easily get a recoil back up to 60-40s, 60-30s.
And, you definitely don't want to chase. You don't want to chase down here.
Yeah.
This is, what was our low? Oh, I got to turn I have my top step stuff off because they kind of get in my way when I'm doing stuff. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So if you look at that green line right there, that green line would be, where the hell is the green line? There it is. Yesterday's low. So that'd been Friday's low right there. It just broke down on. So it's crazy how it's, Roy, how many times did I do this Friday? I forgot I had it on there and I was like, shit, I'm in the low right here. And I just did the same thing. And it's like, he said, well, one thing you gotta appreciate, you know where the damn low is. Yeah. All right. We're guaranteed $1,000 in this trade.
Awesome.
One more. Oh, no, I don't want that much. I want $1,250. Like I said, it might come back and get me, but hey, I'm guaranteed $1,000. I'm guaranteed $2,000 on Top Step alone on 2 accounts. Think about that for a minute. Beautiful. I'd say that's a pretty successful day, right?
SPX is at 6,196. So you probably will get a little pop up here. If you breaks SPX 6,000, that's going to be a big one.
Yes. There you go. Took me out. $1,009.70 on that one.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's
my day. There's my day. My day's done. So I'll catch you guys on tomorrow. Roy, up you. Did you take any trades? Did you take the?
Yeah, so I took it. I had a take profit of $300 and I just took it. I didn't trail it or anything. I'm just trying to build this account back up. So I am A-okay watching you trail it down and happy as can be. And you had a push up there at 60-20 and then a rejection. So Your SPX is now below 6,000.
You know how pissed I'm gonna be if this thing hits 6,000, 6,001 on here, because that would have been another $1,000 in this thing.
Yeah. That SPX 6,000 break probably guarantees that this thing's going to test 6,000. SPX down.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody cares like good.
That's funny. Yeah, your SPX is at 5,993. So it's now kind of comfortably under 6,000. You'll probably get a pop back up to retest it. Let's see if it can reclaim it. If it does it, then I'll probably enter a short. It's, NVIDIA went red. Yeah, pretty much all of Mag 7 is red outside of Google and Apple.
I bought some NVIDIA Commons.
Yeah.
I'm down. I mean, it's
not bad.
Down $60. So, well, it's $100 because that thing is behind. Because I got it 135 and I got 100, so I don't know why it's showing. Did it give me a better feel than I thought it did? Looks like it did. Okay. I had my I didn't look. I didn't feel, but I had it at 135, so I guess it got a little better feel.
Let's see.
All right, I am going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to log out of Trade 08 because I want to take another trade on that one, and I just need to leave it alone. So
yeah, 6,006, 6,005.
Would you shut your mouth?
NVIDIA, or sorry, SPX 5,988. So now it's below. Yeah, now we're running away from 6,000 on SPX. Again, I expect it to have some sort of reaction or pop to retest that and see what it does. But Palantir 9126.
Let it go back to 60. Well, this is really, it's kind of annoying. I mean, I'm upset with a $2,000 day. Think about that.
That with $2,000.
I'm not really upset. I'm just a little frustrated, if that makes sense. And look, I trailed it conservative. I was conservative on my trail. But just once it hits 6,001, it's really going to piss me off.
Yeah.
And if I would have held over here on Take Profit Traders, I would actually be taking a $500 payout today. On the first day. I mean,
there's 6,001.
There it is. Look, come on, you son of a gun. All right, give me 2 minutes. I got to take a break and go punch something. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, so let's take a look. So it's now 6,000, 6,001, 6,075, I think was your low. 6,050. Here's kind of the story for me is looking at SPX. Gapped up, filled the gap, and then broke that 6,000 level. And now it's kind of comfortably behind it. I mean, again, you're tied. Got puts rising, calls are starting to rise, so people are going to start to buy some of the dip here a little bit. Not meaning the market's going to go up, but you're going to see a little bit of dip buying, so you'll probably see that call premium start to tick up. But here you are with the S6000. For context, the last time we were this low was start of the month. So we have erased all of the gains from February in the last few days. And that low down there was about 59.35. So you're now broken below 6,000. It's approaching some levels here. I've got a level at 59.95. You just kind of keep an eye on it. Again, you don't want to really chase because you can get your head torn off. If you are going to try and chase, I recommend scaling down MES or something smaller. So if it does go against you, you can get out with minimal damage. But yeah, I mean, that just a nasty day again in the markets. Looks like a potential trend day, but again, just be careful. The dip buyers will show up. This is not a forever drop and nobody shows up. I mean, you will get some sort of reaction up and we'll see how it reacts to it. Until then, there's not really much you can do if you're not in a short already. Of course, you can chase, and of course, it can work out. Just like I said, be careful. Just here, you see from the low to high, we just had a 5-point pop. So we're retesting 6,000. SPX is at 59.82 and falling. The trigger here would probably be the panic selling from, oh no, we're no longer at SPX 6,000. So you could get more drop here. Microsoft under 400, Nvidia 132. Apple is green. In times like this, Apple tends to be green as people kind of rotate into it as it's quote unquote the safe stock. So even though Apple's green, don't kind of take that as a bullish view. That can also be a very negative event for the market, oddly enough. It's counterintuitive as that may sound. Bitcoin 94,000, Solana 152. Yeah, it's just not good. There's trying to find bright spots, and there's just none. There's just a lot of red on the screen. Google's fighting. VIX is over 20. Look at that VIX chart.
Wow.
Whew.
So look, I got two things for you real quick.
Hit me.
Two things. Feel like this. So I think Top Step must be watching our stream.
Okay.
Because they have renamed their Top Step TV to Top Step TV Uncensored. We started that shit, right?
Yeah, we did. We did start that.
It's really ironic. I got an email from Take Profit Trader just now. They send you it's kind of like they do kind of like Top Step. They send you, it's not like a coach, but like their CEO sends you like daily stuff. And listen to this is the email I got from them today. I'm gonna read it to you. I think it actually really applies to what we've seen today so far. I'd rather sell early for a profit than late for a loss. We've all experienced how quickly green can turn to red. Our green can turn to greed. 1 minute we're up, the next second we're watching it slip away. So as we kick off this new trading week, remember, the market doesn't care how much we thought we could make. It only pays those who know how to walk away, literally. Easier said than done, obviously, but that's our job as traders. We have to learn how to do. Get in, get out, get paid.
That's it.
This is Take Profit Trader that sent me this email this morning. And it's they sent it, I swear, I don't know if it was an automated thing because it kept moving again. It kept going in my favor after I took my profits. But what time did we get in this trade? They sent it to me at 9:04 anyway. I got this at 9:04 is when this email hit. So that is
it just sounds like their message of the week, and it just so happened to be very accurate on
it's like if you go to church. I don't know if any people, if you do go to church, when you go to church and you're like, preacher's preaching to me today.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what Take Profit Trader is preaching me today.
Yeah.
So I did have to go clear my head because we could have made $2,500 on each account. It's neither here nor there. We had a great day, and we're going to be happy about today.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You can't. When's the last time you had that one lot, right?
It's been a long time since we've done that on TV, on stream.
On stream, yeah. We've done it privately. It seems to be on Fridays.
Yeah, but today, look, guys, this is Roy Collar. It was the perfect setup this morning. If you'll swap over to mine again, we'll just look through it. We can go to wherever we want to go next. But we got the close below, right? We got the close below here. Came back and tested. If you remember, I took the trade right here on this break back down. I said, I'm going to take one here.
Mm-hmm.
And then look after I took that one.
Yeah.
So we had one at, it was 41.75, let's just say. That was a 40-point move.
Wow.
Roy called it this morning and said, hey, I'm going to wait for this break. I'm not going to lie. I was going to get in up here.
Mm-hmm.
But Roy said that, and I was like, you know what? Let's be safe and get in down here on this break. Because you could get, 4 points, 5 points, 7 points, whatever it is. And then you would think, hey, this is a great day. I would have stopped out here. I probably would not have re-entered this trade.
Yeah.
And got to move down. If
Yeah.
I was impatient and got in here, right? Yeah, I could have got 8 points out of it. That's $400. I got $1,000 per account. I got 1,000 this one, and then I got 984. So we're over at that $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
One trade, one trade. So I mean, shit. It's as much as I want to be mad I didn't hold it all the way down. Hell, you can't be mad at that.
You can't be mad at that. Yeah.
And now look, everything's kind of suggesting that was the bottom. Look at Tide. Tide is your volume's still ugly, but I mean it's turning back up.
Yeah, you're gonna get some dip buyers here. It's just SPX 6000. You're gonna get some people that want to take a shot.
Oh well, look. Until we have a just complete breakdown, and we're going to have it's going to have to be ugly, ugly, ugly for people to stop buying the dip. Because how long we been in the bull market now?
I mean, I guess you could say 2023 was nasty. It had 9 months of decline. So you've been basically 2 years.
Yeah, just steadily incline.
Yeah. But that was on the heels of like a ridiculous rip up, right? So you're
look, COVID. Yeah. You had the reset at COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the rally, and after the rally, you had to get to a point because you had inflation just ripping, right? The market could not keep up with inflation. There's no, I mean, let's speak honest here. The market shouldn't keep up with inflation.
No.
When inflation is ripping up, the market shouldn't be ripping with inflation. That just makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
As far as, just dollars and cents goes. So it did that. It went down. Inflation started coming back down. The market kept going up, which is what the market should do. When inflation is coming down, the market should be going up because but we've been overextended for a while up here. These highs we've had. I mean, you've got to have pullbacks. Pullbacks are healthy for the market.
Mm-hmm.
And avoid Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it at all costs, because you're going to hear if we finish down red today, you're going to hear all the perma bears are going to be out of hibernation. So I might told y'all, look, I can guarantee you, if I hadn't looked at our Discord, if there's not, and I'm, who I'm talking, if there's not one person there's already saying we're in a bear market, there will be.
Mm-hmm.
Is this bear market? No, we're not bear market territory yet. We've got to have a long way to go before we get there. I think this is a healthy pullback. We've got tariff news. You got the Russia-Ukraine thing that's kind of just dragging out. You got the Hamas-Israel thing that's just kind of dragging out. You got the tariff news that just keeps coming every damn week. Mexico has announced that they're exploring doing tariffs on countries without free trade. It's like, okay, y'all want to do what America's doing, but y'all were bitching about us doing it. So I don't understand where you're coming from with that, but it makes sense. I don't hate a country that does tariffs. Like, I don't think America doing tariffs is a bad thing. To a point. Now, I think we got to be cautious with it. We can't, put a 50% tariff on everything and call it a day. You got to be strategic how you do your tariffs. And I think one thing that everybody's kind of losing hindsight of is reciprocal tariffs that Trump's talking about. Everybody's talking about how horrible it is for everything. Well, if you look, if a country's already charging us tariffs and we're not charging them tariffs, why are we not charging them the same tariff they're charging us? It's only fair, right? I mean, people depend on America for a lot. I mean, our dollar is America. It's the world currency, right? And then now you got to watch. It looks like, I think, Roy, I don't know. I read it, went down another rabbit hole. Give me your 2 cents on this. They're bringing all the gold back to America. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. Oh, the whole. Excuse me.
Bless
JP
you.
Morgan has brought in more gold to America here recently than any country has brought in gold or anything. I don't know if it's been kind of really quiet how they've been doing it. Nobody's really been paying attention to it. So, all right, so why are we bringing all this gold in? If you bring in the gold and you go back to the gold standard, what goes away?
Well,
the central bank goes away. Because there's no need for the central bank if you're on the gold standard, right? I think Trump is secretly trying to get us back on the gold standard so he can actually do away with the central bank. We're down a long rabbit hole in this other night. And I can find facts that actually prove that it looks like this is what they're thinking about doing, or at least trying to do.
Yeah.
Ironically, who's the bank that got us off the gold standard? Do you know who that is? It's probably going to be the bank that gets us back on the gold standard. JP Morgan. JP Morgan started the central bank and got us off the gold standard when gold tanked back in the 30s or whatever. That's where it all started at, where we started our move off the gold standard. And it was all because of JP Morgan. And now it looks like JP Morgan is bringing all the gold back to help us get back on the gold standard to do away with the central bank that they started the whole deal with. So
I understand the theory, but I mean, what does that do to your currency, right? Your dollar collapses, right? So
your dollar does whatever. If you're on the gold standard, your dollar follows gold.
Right. But so your leverage, your leverage internationally like goes away pretty quick because everybody basically puts they don't price anything in gold anymore. They price everything in dollars. So you would essentially
majority of the gold.
Yeah. I would say if you own majority of something and doesn't distribute it out, then that just opens the door for another country powerhouse to make their currency the standard. That would be the fear, right? Because right now all of the countries can get dollars. If none of the countries can get gold, right, at the level that they would want, so they would.
It kills your third world countries. Like your third world countries have nothing at this point.
Yeah,
and I get that point. So, do I think it's going to be just a straight up gold standard? No, I think it's going to be something. It's going to be something that does something, or I think that's what they're thinking. I'm not saying it's definitely happening.
No, it's a theory. I think it's good.
But I saw some pretty smart people that I would say, hey, you know a lot more about this than I do, that had valid reasons of why you're seeing what you're seeing. I mean, JP Morgan has brought in more gold last year than any country has brought in. And this is just JP Morgan bringing in gold. I don't know if you've heard Trump lately. He keeps talking about Fort Knox. I want to see the gold at Fort Knox. I want to see the gold at Fort Knox.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this or not, but even Congress and the Senate could not go in Fort Knox. They were denied entry into Fort Knox. They'd actually tried to go and were denied entry, could not get in Fort Knox. The only person that actually has the authority to go into Fort Knox that is not working at Fort Knox is Trump, the president at the time. And I think he's giving them time to make sure they have the gold there before he goes.
Because it would be a national embarrassment.
It'd be horrible. If you come in there and like, oh, your dollar tanks at this point, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we've been saying we're the richest country in the world. Well, we actually were not. We don't have any gold.
Right.
It's an interesting. Like I said, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but it's interesting to watch and look to see kind of how they're. I think they're playing 3D chess, and everybody else is playing checkers right now. Can everybody catch up? Absolutely, but it's just really strange that gold is this. I mean, let's look at it. Where's gold at today? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at this hourly chart. All-time high today? Yesterday? Look at that.
I tell you.
It makes you want to go gold mining. Anybody ever watch
Yeah.
that show?
That's funny.
So, and look, I think gold should be worth a lot anyway, right? Because I think gold is, even knowing it's not the standard, the currency standard, right? But it should be. Gold is probably the I'm trying to find the right word here. What's the word I'm looking for, Roy?
Stable.
Yeah, I mean, we got to one point. Look, I wish I could have went back in time and I'd have bought gold at $500 a troy ounce and would have been happy as hell, right? But now, I mean, you think if you bought gold at $500 a troy ounce, it was what, 400 something? Not long. I mean, what, last 10 years, right?
Yeah. No, in our, investing lifetime.
If you remember correctly, you go back to, I think it was when me, you, and Snoop first started doing our little own message to the side, where me and Snoop was talking about, hey, we need to buy gold. And it was at what, like 400 or 1200?
Yeah, sub 2000, definitely.
And we just kept on and on, like, hey, we need to buy gold. I've got a little bit of like solid, like real gold. I don't have a lot. I don't have as much as I would like. I wish I had a safety deposit box full of gold right now, and I'd be like, hey, sell some of it, buy a house.
Well, think of people with large amounts of jewelry, right? Jewelry has exploded in value over the last 5 years.
Yeah, don't get me started on jewelry, because the whole diamonds are lab grown diamonds, and everybody's like, oh, well, lab grown diamond is not a real diamond. Well, actually, it is a real diamond. It's just lab grown.
Yeah, it's lab grown. Yeah.
From my understanding, a jeweler cannot. It is very difficult for a jeweler to tell the difference between a lab grown diamond and then a natural grown diamond. That's how good they are, the quality they are. So. But you cannot have lab grown gold.
Yeah.
That's one thing you cannot have. Gold is formed, depends on what you believe. Either if you don't believe in the Bible, it was millions of years ago. And if you do believe in the Bible, it was some 2,000 so years ago, 4,000 years ago, whatever. Right? So anyway, it takes a long time for gold to form and to come out. You can't go get coal and grow it and put pressure on it and grow it like you can a lab grown diamond, is what I'm saying. So
yeah,
I think that's why gold, if you look at precious metals and jewels and stuff, why gold is the standard, right? Because there is a limited supply of gold. I mean, at some point, I don't know when it will come, but at some point, you won't be able to get any more gold out of the ground because it's going to be all gotten. If anybody ever watches like the gold rush shows or these gold shows on TV to see what it takes to get gold out, and the majority of that gold we see on those shows are in your cell phone and stuff like that, because there's gold. Everything you like, all electronics uses some form of gold because it's such a good conductor. Right? There's no better conductor than gold. So I don't know. It's a lot of things to think about. That's my rant of the day is gold and gold standard and all that good stuff. And we the uncensored, so fuck it.
The interesting thing here on the market I've been kind of watching is the 6,000 level on SPX, right? So you had that's that blue line. You had a wick below it, you had a close below it, and now you're kind of come back, rebattling it and testing it. If you can get support here, you got a chance for a pretty gnarly rip back up. I'm not saying it goes back to higher days or anything, but this is a pretty big psych level. Now, obviously, if it can't hold it and it's battling it now, you're gonna potentially move yourself back below 6,000 on ES pretty quickly.
You want to see something really funny?
Yep.
So I keep these. This is VIX. This is drawings I did probably, I don't know, a few months ago, right? It's been a long time since I've done this. And well, just look, we came up, then we rejected down here. We came up, we rejected back down here. The people that say you cannot do technical analysis on the VIX, it blows my mind. You can do technical analysis on anything that has a chart, right?
Right.
And the people that are like, well, technical, the TA, it sucks. Price action is all you're worried about. Well, TA is what kind of, it's your structure. Let's call it just your structure of your chart, and it shows you patterns. So it's not always 100% right, but I'll be damned. It was pretty spot on here, right?
Yeah.
And then there's that indicator here saying that it was a short signal there. Look at that. This is not ours. It's just an engulfing one. That's all it is. So if you have an engulfing candle, it gives you either a buy signal or a short signal. So it's not always right. This is the kind of do it on the candle by candle theory. So that's probably best 70 to 80% accurate, I would say. CA, I mean, it comes in, people that said you can't do it, well, you can. I mean, look, we popped up, we came down, we tested the bottom of the zone, but guess what? We had closed back below that zone. Now we're moving back up.
Yeah.
TA. And this is what I look at on a daily basis. This is my charts this is the two main ones. I trade this one and then I look at this one. So this is why I have these two. Let's get this over here. Why I have these two where they have them. I have them bigger. And then I like to always see where the NASDAQ is. So you can see the NASDAQ here. I keep IWM here because I trade this on the strategy I've been testing. So I just keep it up. So I always have it handy so I know where we're at. And then I keep.
Did you do one? You didn't do one over the weekend, did you?
No, I don't do it over the weekend.
Yeah.
I've not done it over the weekend. Which if I did it over the weekend, it probably at open, it would have probably been perfect. So
yeah,
it would have played out. But there's just too much going on over the weekend to do it. And the way I'm testing it, I want to make sure I'm trying to get the most accurate results I can get out of it. So if you came out over the weekend and Trump said something and popped it or killed it, right? Well, that's not a true indicator of how it would work. So I just don't do the weekends. And then you also notice I have all my things lined up. So if I'm on something here, well, I can see where it is on that same time frame whenever you got the chart. So I like keeping it like this. It just gives me plenty to look at and to know what's going on. And then we can go back over here, getting the sell back off now. Be careful down here around the 6,000 mark. That's the kind of spot you're really not seeing. You're seeing some stop loss get hit here. Let's zoom out on this a little bit. You've seen a lot of stops get hit. Now, like I said, we don't know if those are what they are. At a little after 9 o'clock on this move here, you can see we had 1,750 stops, 1,788 stops, 78 stops. Look at these icebergs today, though. 2,134, 364, 807, 195, 718, 881 now on this one. Pulling it down. These icebergs are, if you look at icebergs, you look at CVD, you look at Tide, they're all pointing the same direction still. It hadn't changed. Now, do we chop around here for a while? We could chop around here the rest of the day, right? Don't know what will happen the rest of the day. I mean, if I'm a betting man right now, I think we just kind of chop. You could actually probably draw you a zone down here this morning and just, yeah. So now either you're going to play the back and forth zone or you're going to play a Drake breakout on it from there. And this is just a way to make sure that you're not chasing, you're not doing anything crazy, right? You don't want to break. If it breaks either side, you want to retest and you want to see it move back away. Kind of like when you saw me take this one, right? It closed and then it came back retested. When it started to break back down the downsides when I entered and got that long move. So you can play it the same way. You can draw these zones if you keep getting chop areas or whatever. Draw them throughout the day, and then you don't trade in the middle of these.
Yeah, they play out.
I don't see it. Negative 8.3 Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index. Last forecast was 6.4. Last time was 14.2. Came in negative. That's not good.
No.
That's not good at all. But you did have the Chicago National Activity Index. Don't have a clue what that is this morning. What is that? You know what that is?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, we'll both sit here in ignorant bliss together.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Obviously, it doesn't really matter. 1,001 on those. They just pulled, and now you got 321 to the downside on iceberg orders. I think we've got a pretty good system now. The way we're drawing the zones, the way we're using Bookmap, the way we're using unusual wells with the tide. We're looking at different TA. I mean, I think the way we got this set up, we should have a higher win rate than loss rate, right? We should, and that's all that matters. Yeah. I saw a guy, and his average winning day was like $900 a day. His average losing day was $1,200 a day. And the guy was like, "Well, you would think that automatically, well, you got bad risk management." Well, his strategy was 78% win rate. So his average daily balance was like $800 is what he averaged every day. So like, it's not about that. If your win rate is really good, you can skew your risk reward a little bit, and it's not going to hurt you. So the better your strategy is, the worse your risk reward can actually be to be profitable, is what I'm saying. But now you don't want to get in a habit where you're losing $1,200 every day and you're only making $900. I mean, if you ever have a cold streak, well, you're going to blow your accounts up, right? But if you do that, and let's say that guy does get his risk reward a little closer, right? And he brings that, let's say it's to 1-to-1, right? 900-day average winning day, 900-day average losing day. Well, now you're still got that 78% profit. Well, your average daily is going to be like $900, what your win rate is, or right close to your win rate. So just makes sense to be smarter. We're trying to be, that's why we're doing what we do here, kind of with the levels and the zones and the risk management and the following, the trailing the stops. I mean, you saw as soon as mine went, pretty decent green, I started trailing it down just to make sure that I had a positive day.
Yeah, there's no need to. I mean, yes, you could have maximized a little bit better, but as you can see, once it decided to turn, it turned and hit almost 30 points up.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Get your head torn off. So
now the crazy thing is, our original entry, I mean, we would still be in this trade because
it
would still be well up on this trade.
Yeah,
but I'm happy with the day. It is what it is. I think we had a fantastic day, and I'm not going to complain or hate on it or anything. It could have been. We've had days before we start out like this, and hell, next thing you know, we're $400, $500, $600 down on the day, and we've locked in. I mean, think about this, guys. Let's look at this for a second. This is a brand new account, but let's look at the performance stats on this brand new account. So let's go down here. One trade.
Yep.
There it is.
Can't ask for anything better than that, man.
This is probably going to set me up for failure because that was just today. Today was an easy day. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
It was easy today. It gave us a very good entry spot. I mean, it gave us the perfect entry spot, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't ask for a lot better than that. So, one trade, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. This thing goes to zero, right? Think about that in 2 days.
Yeah.
And, we're setting ourselves up to have another decent payout Friday. And now, look, we can be a little more conservative, right? We can do, let's say we do $500 a day the rest of the week. Well, that still gets us $3,000. That gets me paid on Friday again on this count.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Last time, me and Roy talked about this. I'm taking a payout on them Friday if I'm payout eligible.
Yeah.
I'm not screwing around anymore. And if I bring my stop down some, I bring my stop down some. I mean, I've got to start taking payouts, because the worst thing you can do is Thursday, we had a bad day Thursday, and the worst thing you can do is have something at payout. You don't take the payout. The next thing you know, you lose that damn account. Then what do you had nothing. You lost. That's actually money lost out of your bank account.
Yep.
And the purpose of us doing this, yes, we do. Do I want to go live with them eventually? Again, yes, I do. There's no doubt. But also at the same time, I want to make money off of it.
Yeah, you gotta get paid.
So let's do this. Let's continue to do this. Let's take our payouts. And if they move us live and we don't have as much, well, we'll be conservative when we move live. I've seen them move. I've seen somebody have one day like this, and they move them live immediately. Hope they don't move me live immediately, because I would be pissed if they do that.
But you can decline it, can't you?
If you decline it, you lose your account. You cannot decline it.
Really?
Top step, you cannot decline an invitation live. Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, you look, so one thing that they say, everything is like, their goal is to get you to live.
Right.
And if you refuse live, like, all right, well, your views didn't align with our views, because we want to get you live.
Yeah.
We don't want to leave the sim account forever. Now, look, do I think I've had some bad weeks and stuff like that? So do I think they would move me live on this? No.
Right.
I think I'm gonna have to get a really good number. I mean, get multiple payouts and get probably 25,000 plus total with payouts and everything before I get moved live again. But and that's fine with me. You know what? If I can do that and they move me live, that means I've taken a lot of damn payouts going back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, we're happy.
Happy as can be. Happy as can be. So my long-term portfolio is just taking a beating today. I'm looking over
here. Yeah, I don't look at that.
Yeah. Well, normally I don't. I bought NVIDIA, and I've got a few more. I got another NVIDIA buy. I got another SoFi buy. I've got another Tesla buy. So, I'm looking to see kind of where those guys go. I'm looking to add Tesla. If it gets back to around 300, I'll probably add some more Tesla to it. I think Tesla long term is you're going to have some pullbacks, but I think you're going to have some really good days. And Elon doing what he's doing, it's just the way the company's going and everything. It's just, I think it's a positive overall. So I don't mind holding it. I don't mind holding it red. SoFi, I've traded SoFi a lot. I've only got 200 SoFi right now. My goal is to get back up to about 2,000 SoFi. So, and if we do that, we'll sell some out of the money calls and see if we can get some premium. We're going to keep some of them, right? But if I can get to 200, I would love to sell. Put 1,000 of them up for bids.
You look at that Palantir at the time. We're like, oh my gosh, we took to. Wrote him too soon. I mean, what a baller move, right?
Happy. I just wish if I still had those Palantir shares, I'd probably still be holding it. I don't know. I might have put a stop around 100.
Yeah.
But what was it, 106? The calls were 106, so we got 200 per call, so 108 pretty much. I got out of it. It's sitting at what right now? 91.85.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I think you did all right.
Yeah.
So we're just
I don't know if I'm heavy on commons here lately, but I've been loving trading commons. It's it's played out. I can't say that it's been bad. It's been really good. So with the stuff I already have, I mean, of course, I've got like Apple, I've got some Bud stock, I've even got a little PepsiCo stock in there, got some Coke, some different stuff. Like I'm diverse. I'm not, everything's not in one basket, right? So I've got multiple things figured out. This is kind of what I'm looking to add. I would like to add more Apple. Apple just won't give me a damn entry back in to add more to it, to be honest with you. It's just, I think my, like around 190 is my average on Apple. I don't want to, where's Apple sitting right now?
245, 246.
I don't want to average up that much.
Right.
So, Harry, go over your testing or TA you've done. What do you want to know, sir?
Go over your latest testing or TA you've done. So, I wonder if he's talking about the anchored VWAP.
So you can't see anchored VWAP here. Let me see. Let me find the right one. I'll add it over here. I'll show you a few things that we look at and kind of what we do. Did I save it here?
Premiums, by the way, on puts have dropped. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that.
This is that is not the one I wanted. Why is it? This is not the same one. I don't have the standard deviation. This is completely different, but it's the same one that I have favorited. What the heck? Let's see if we can figure it out while we're on the fly. We don't want the bands. I don't need any damn bands. Not on this. No, this is not the one because it's not giving me what I want. Let's delete that one. Who does this one? They changed it. So if you go look over here, it actually changed. I guess they updated the damn thing. Yeah, that sucks. So if you ever go through, you can see this is the one. We'll use this one. This is the one we wanted. This is what we wanted here. And now, so not 26. This one says you got to go in and change it every day. I need to change the color, so I'll keep it the same. I don't need blue there. I like it white so I can see it. Make it bigger so we can see it. All right. So if you go to the 5-minute chart, this is how we've been playing it. So I redo my anchor every morning. Set my anchor for 8 o'clock, 8:30 open. And it's kind of what we've been doing here. We did it Friday. I'd have to go back in there on Friday to look at it. And it's kind of played out. Look, it's played out here too, right? So you're looking for a cross or you're looking for to hold as support or resistance. And then what you see here, you see the zones you see on this chart are fair value gaps. So let's go through the whole thing. Let's not screw around with it. So if you look at it, I like to find fair value gaps on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, right? So if you look here, so what you're looking for is how I draw this fair value gap. You're looking for a big move, right? And then you look at the bottom of this wick to the next top of the next wick. That gives you a fair value gap. And what you would like to see is, Roy, we talked about it, about halfway up. Well, it got in pretty good in this one, and what it did, it rejected back down on the 4 hour.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the hourly game up, so we have a fair value gap at the top of this one to the bottom. This is another one, so you tested there. So fair value gaps are kind of like, me and Roy, we went through a few different things. This is the easiest way to find it, in my opinion. But when you see moves like this, where you've got like a drastic move through an area and then it doesn't come back and retest the area, you're assuming that orders are left in here. Mm-hmm. So we're looking for where block orders will be left. And block orders is kind of where institutions will just leave orders. So let's say this 5 minute move here, or this hourly move, it moved down really fast through there. So we're saying that it left block orders in this area. So ideally what you would look for, and this is the latest one, this one haven't finished yet, so we could actually come back once this is all done. If it doesn't come back up, we'll have a newer one right here that we could actually draw out, and we would probably move this one and look for this one to hold or do. But the fair value gap, once it breaks completely through it, that fair value gap's gone. You can't trade anymore, don't look at it anymore. Just it's best to go and delete it off your chart and be done with it. Because the odds are when it came back through, all the orders that were left got filled. Now, you might have some scragglers here or there where you see it move like this, but the odds of it breaking all the way back through again are really, really high. So you can see right now, we broke through this. This was the 4 hour, right? So it broke through this really hard. Well, it's struggling once it gets back up there, right? So it's just a place to keep an eye on. This, like anything else, is not 100%. Fair value gaps, the shorter the time frame you're looking at, the least likely they are to play out. So that's why I'm looking at a 4 hour and a 1 hour. You can look at a daily. The daily is going to be bigger, and you can see we're actually forming one on the daily here now that would actually go in with this one. So if this finishes down today, then we'll come back and we will draw a daily right here, because it's going to be, your daily ones are going to be super strong. That's ones that are going to probably hold more than your shorter time frames. I've seen people short term, like you could do one here on the 15 minute. So you would drop from here to here. You would wait for it to get up about 50% of it, and you would look for a rejection now. But these you have to be careful with, because they can not play out really quick. They can be really great, and they can be, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the thing, the meme where the guy does, sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be sheet. That's what you get. Maybe sheet. You got to be careful when you're looking at that. And then you go into the 5 minute, and you can see another thing you could have looked at here on this 5 minute from this morning. You look at all this consolidation area right here. And this is where that's where we draw our lines overnight, our zones overnight, like on this consolidation. So once we got the break of the consolidation and retest, what it do? It died down, right? Because we had that consolidation area. Came back up, retested that consolidation, and died off. So you're getting, this is actually a decent flag here, Roy. So might want to keep an eye on it. Anybody that's wondering when I'm talking about a flag, let's just do some parallel channels here with it. So that's not the most accurate one, but that's a little better there. You can see that's kind of flagging, it's chopping. And then what you would think is if it gets a break below that 94, then we go lower. If it breaks above, I would say right here, this 26, and the flag's invalidated, and you would look for a move back up. You're getting kind of a V-shaped recovery. One thing I noticed, me and Roy talked about it Friday. It looks like the exact same thing's playing out as Friday. You got the move down. So right now you're getting actually an H pattern. So you can look at this as a flag or an H pattern. I told Roy, I was like, look, we're going to get an H pattern today, and I'm going to text you and say, hey, we got a damn H pattern. An hour later, I text H pattern, and there it was. It played out again. So
you're getting an H pattern.
in my mind, when I look at all this stuff all the time. Now I might not call it out, or I might not draw it out, but I've got so much shit running through my mind at once when I'm looking at a chart. It's kind of hard for me to put into words everything that I'm looking at on the chart when I'm looking at it, because I don't just look and it's like, oh, well, look, it's a trend down. Let's wait for something to pop here. All right, let's look at the trend down. Let's see what happened. Roy called it this morning. He's like, hey, if we break down here, well, look, we broke it down. We retested the bot this low, and we rejected the rest of the way down. Now, if you look here, let's say we drew a little zone right here. I love drawing zones of like little constant, like little areas like that. Well, look at this. We're gonna come up, test it again. Came up, tested, boom, tested, boom. So this right here is holding as hellacious resistance right now.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what I do without always saying what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I think Roy has figured out kind of how to read me on some things sometimes, because I don't always say exactly what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking. And like I said, if I was to say everything I was thinking, Roy would never talk, because I got a lot of shit I'm thinking about. It's a lot.
Well, and it would confuse people too. Yeah. Because you're bouncing like, well, no, that's not working. That's not right. Or this is right. And I mean, which to me, I love it, but to other people, they may be like, what the hell?
When I'm looking at stuff like this, I'm looking at what gives me the best advantage on each trade. Now, like I said, they don't always work out. So let's get rid of these, and then I'll show you what I've already drawn on this off the. I think I did a lot of these levels off the daily. Anyway, so you see these blue lines? Yeah, I did it on the daily because I sent Roy a chart, and I actually dug down the 4 hour. So this is your high, right? And this was a low that I had marked somewhere, and I don't know why I had it marked here. But I'll leave these on here. Oh, here it is, because it came down. See this resistance here? There's support. 1, 2, 3. You had 3 really, and this is on a daily, so this is like a lot better support. So if you zoom in, you had 3 really good, you broke back above it. Support, came down, back above it. Support, 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 support. There's been a lot of support in this area. Support. I mean, look at all the support areas. There's a real resistance here, then back to support again now. So that's why that level's there. That's why this is our high, right? Depends on who you're talking to and what you look at. That is our high. This is higher trading view, right? I do that. You look at the overall trend, right? Here's my overall trend on the daily. This will stay here until hell. I'll probably never take this off. One thing that I do on TradeObate, on TradingView, is I typically will leave these on here for a while, and then one day I'll just get a wild hair at my ass and I delete them all, and I come back and I redraw all of them. And if you look where I redraw everything, pretty much lines up to what we're at. We do have, I forgot to mention this. We have a gap right here too that has never filled. Way down around 5,700. So I don't think we get there anytime soon, but if we ever do get a trend where we're trending back down, that would actually be a really spot to watch for. Yeah. So that's why I have it on the chart, by the way. So in this, I start on the hourly. I work on the hourly, then I come to the 4 hour, and then you'll see me. I'll start drawing, and I do these with these so I can see where I did it at. So I just draw different levels of support and resistance. So you can see going up, a higher high. I did not draw this one, which I probably should have.
6,000 retest right now on ES.
Ooh. So you can see that I draw like higher highs, and then I've got a low here that I'm watching. I got a low. I drew this high, but you can see it came down and tested that high there, which was a low. So I don't have to redraw that. I have a line there, but you see it held, and that's where it bounced at. So if we do come back down to around the 59.30 area, you would look to see if that holds again for another possible long. If you also look, this is a fair value gap on the 4 hour here. So just something to look at. Then once I go to the 4 hour, I go down to hourly. And then you see how your levels start to line up on the hourly. Now, do you get some breaks from this? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This is not perfect. You could draw zones. I've got lines here, but you could draw zones on this too, right? So if you drew a zone, you draw a zone here, probably to there to there. You draw a zone from here to here. You just pick different zones, and zones are going to be safer, but they're also going to be a lot more play in them, right?
Right.
But you see, we're getting like here, like you got a break, but we never got a serious breakdown. And it came back up. When it reclaimed it, then it held. Well, we gapped down below it. Look, held as resistance, and it broke through it, came right back down. Resistance, got right above it, then back down. Resistance, then we got the break. But look what we did. We came right back down and tested that line.
Mm-hmm.
And these, I don't strictly trade off these. These just kind of give me, if I'm in a trade, it gives me an indication like, hey, you're getting close to a level. You might want to look at taking profit or moving your stop loss or doing something like this, because these areas have been areas to hold, or one way or the other, multiple times. So I do this on a Sunday. I think I sent Roy this on Saturday. I think I did it this week.
Yeah.
But I do this and I go through it and I kind of prepare myself mentally. So if you look, if you followed on Twitter, there's been a lot of people. I think, Roy, you shared it in the chat. But you can see we want to come all the way back here with this. See, I've been kind of stuck in this range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got trend line here pretty much. You can move it down. You can catch the bottom of these two, and then that one. I'll give you 3 trends on today with today. But we don't really have 3 trends up there. But I'm just kind of showing kind of where we've been. We've been kind of bouncing. You see our high here, but this bottom's been kind of moving up. So we're in a bull market. We are trending up overall, right? So you want to know which way the overall market's trending. Like I said, that's why I've got this line. If you look at the daily, got an overall daily trend. I will look at the 4-hour. Well, okay, our overall 4-hour trend's up. It still goes in line with that. Look at the hourly. Our trend is still up, even though you can click out a little bit. It's kind of more sideways, but overall, the trend is still up, right? We're still in an uptrend. So I want to see what we're in. Even knowing we are in an uptrend, you can still look for shorts. You see our best move today was on a short, right?
Yeah.
Because we're actually trading a 5 minute. So as important as that stuff is, it's just kind of a knowing spot if you want to do anything. So I don't know if I've said a lot in a few minutes there. I don't know if this actually makes sense to everybody. Harry, if you're still watching, is it making any sense what I'm saying, or am I just throwing a lot of shit out there and you're like, what? Because the last thing I want to do is confuse everybody on what we're doing.
No, I think there's some terminology there, like fair value gap and stuff like that we're trying to describe. But I think overall, it made sense of what you're trying to portray.
And I do that, like I go through this every week. So like Saturday or Sunday this week, I come back and I look. Now, it doesn't mean I'm gonna redraw everything. If everything still lines up, I'm probably just gonna leave everything where it is and not worry with redrawing everything. I don't want to keep this stuff up there. You can do, and I know a lot of people like that. I like it sometimes, but it's such a big zone. And we got so much stuff. We're still in the uptrend. So this very, very, that's that little zone. I was going to say that's fair value gap. That's that little zone we drew there. It came back and retested. So I would leave that there, change it a different color. So I don't think it's a fair value gap. That would actually be smart. There you go. I do these gray, and any fair value gap is going to be colored. Yes. Harry, he said, yes, it makes sense. Like to see some of the different things you look at and know they're a theory, but it's good to see different. But yeah, I look at a lot of shit. But a lot of this stuff, I don't have to. I guess I've been doing it long enough where I don't have to think about it as much, right? So I just kind of see it. I throw it on the chart, so if I glance over, And this is a chart. It stays right here on the right. This is the one that has the 5 charts. So I like to color coordinate stuff so I can just glance over real quick. If it's in that area, I know it's there without having to think about, oh, what's that? Why do I have this level here? It's there. So I know that's already there, so I can do that. I like to put it on here too, but just it doesn't always line up perfect here because you don't have all the same stuff on Top Step X that you do. Even though it is powered by TradingView, it's not all the same stuff, if that makes sense. So you got to look at things just a little bit differently. Intel unveils leadership AI and network solutions with the Xeon 6 processors. Snoop, if you're watching, there's your Intel play.
Oh shit! I got Intel again too. Just probably yeah.
But no, that's what my day. I look at stuff, and that's why I've got that on. I do this on this. I do it on now on the VIX. I don't ever delete my stuff off the VIX. I leave it there because you look, the VIX comes back, those zones and stuff, they play out a lot. So I just go through that. When I'm in a trade, I'm looking at, or if I'm fixing to get in a trade, I'm looking at 3 or 4 different things, right? I'll look at Tide. I look where we are on this chart. I look where we are on this chart over here to see if I've got anything close to it. I look at Bookmap to see kind of what Bookmap's doing, where we got order sitting. Do we have any icebergs? Do we have any of this, that? So I'm looking through a lot of different stuff when I get into a trade. So if I ever like get into a trade, like even knowing this came back and did what I want to do, well, Tide lined up with it, Bookmap lined up with it, and then it also lined up with this level. So I had multiple things saying that, hey, this is a good place to take a short. And if we would have took heat and would have got stopped out, it would have been a trade I would have taken 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Because 9 out of 10, it plays out, which today was one of those 9 out of 10. Now, 1 out of 10 times, it's not going to play out and you get busted. So that's what I got to get better at is if I have a, let's say I have a loss, I lose $300, $400. So I probably just need to call it that day.
Yeah.
Come back the next day and then make it back up. Plus, we proved today, one lot, you can make $1,000 on one lot if you get the right move. But what we need is, I got to thinking about this. I've always struggled when somebody like, hey, what kind of trader are you? Or are you this trader? You that trader? We are more, I think myself and Roy are similar to this. We're more of a trend and breakout traders, right? We're looking for the trend. We're looking for breakouts of the trend, stuff like that. We don't necessarily play like we've played the MA, the stuff like that, the VWAPs of the world. We've played all that stuff, but it's not the end all be all for our trades when we get our trades.
No. We got into a habit of trying to be a reversal trader, so that didn't work very well.
No, that was candle by candle. Look, those can still play out. This is like when I sit down at night with no intention of trading, I have no idea what else to look at. So that thing's go over. So yes. So what you want to do here is just start on a daily and start finding levels on a daily. Work your way back. From a daily, go to a 4-hour. Now your 4-hour and your daily and your hourly, you're going to see a lot of similarities there. So you're going to see trends starting to play out as you work your way back. Go from a daily to a 4-hour to an hourly. Now, from an hourly, I go to the 15-minute next because the 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute, that's kind of our range, right? We're not looking to hold trades forever. We're not holding on. No matter what you look at, you're either a scalper or you're a day trader when you're doing this. There's no swing trading, so I put the daily and 4-hour stuff on there that you would typically put for if you're looking for a swing trade. Is I'm just looking for support, supply and resistance, pretty much is what I'm looking for. So I'm at supply and demand, support and resistance. That's basically what I'm looking for on it. So start your way, work your way back, and then when you get your 5-hour chart, 5-minute chart, you can see, hey, this is play here, play there. Kind of how it works out. If it gets here, I can look at this. One of the things Roy can attest is I love charting. I chart any damn thing. You give me a chart and I can draw some stuff on it, but it's what I enjoy doing. I can do it without thinking about it. Used to, it would take me forever to draw simple supply and demand zones, and one day I just woke up and I realized, like, you're overcomplicating this way too much. It's not this hard. Do your thing and move on. So anyway, that's all I got. I think, Roy, you good to call it here? I mean, we're not trading anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I got one XFA locked up. I've got another XFA I haven't touched. I've got 3 combines that are all green, so I'm not looking to do anything really aggressive. Just I would caution anybody who's shorting down here. Just be careful. Be careful. You're seeing support kind of build up down here a bit. Not saying it's can't break back down, which it can in a heartbeat, as we saw on Friday. But just be cautious. You do have. Go ahead.
The longer this consolidates, the better chance you have of it to go up. So just know that.
Yeah,
and that doesn't mean just go buy long either.
Exactly. That's some events this week. Real quick, let's go over those. So you've got.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So this week, events wise, I'm going to switch over and show earnings on my screen. There you go. So HIMS, which has been a retail darling this year, they report after hours today. Riot, which is a crypto play. Tempest, which is Nancy Pelosi's big play that everybody hopped in earlier this year. All reporting after hours today. Tomorrow, for the open, you've got Home Depot, DigitalOcean, which is an old one I used to play. After close, Kava, which is another retail darling, as with AMC, Lucid, Lemonade. The Wednesday's the big day. That's what everybody's watching. So Wednesday after the close, before the open, you got obviously Lowe's, which is a big one, Advanced Auto Parts. But Wednesday after the close, you have NVIDIA, you have Snowflake. NVIDIA is obviously the big one. AI, Salesforce, Mara. You got a busy day on Wednesday. But then that next morning, Thursday, and the fundamental data, you have GDP. And then the next day on Friday in the morning, you have PCE inflation. So you've got kind of an action-packed end of the week. So from Wednesday on, you're going to have some stuff kind of making the market move about. So you could see some kind of short covering, push higher type feel, second half of today into tomorrow. Just be cautious of that. And even up into Wednesday's session. So don't get married to a direction. Don't get married to much of anything. You're looking at Microsoft. Here's kind of a bottom that's formed at 400, and it started to see some bidding pushing up. You're seeing Apple kind of stagnating up here, so you're starting to see the money kind of spread out maybe a little bit. If it's going to re-enter, it's going to grab the big names first, and then look to the smaller names. Tesla, that 330 area, 325, obviously is seeing some buyers. Meta's ugly, but Meta's been on a tear, so probably will cool off a little bit more before it rolls back up. You should see Google starting to tick back up as well if dip buyers show up. So just keep an eye on everything. Like I said, don't get married to any direction. There's a big stick on Bitcoin, so let's see if we get some continuation up, and if it can break back above 95,000. It got to 93,800. SPX is slowly creeping back up to that 6,000 level. I'm not showing a lot of strength, but it is trending in that direction. So, guys, just be cautious, be safe, have your risk management in place. You see these kind of nasty wicks that show up, and then they get faded right back down, and then they kind of grind up. So you're definitely getting that right now on ES, where it looks like this middle of this ribbon is a 21 on the 5 minute. Let's see a 10-minute. On the 10-minute chart, you actually have a candle by candle to the upside. So this wick up here, if it can get filled, you could get like I said, could get that push higher. So just be cautious, be safe, risk management. I don't know where Monty went, but I think he was all good to end it. So we can stick around or we can end it. Let me know in the chat if you want me to stick around a little bit. I'll give you about 30 seconds. If not, I'll just go ahead and end it. Let's take a look at Tide too before we go. This is general market Tide. Put premium dropping, call premiums just kind of flattening out, getting a little tick up. That volume starting to get eaten into. So will this eventually go green? You got SPY showing a switch, right? So your put premium just has kept falling. Your call premium has kept rising. So now your price is pushing up. Your volume is green. So this particular Tide is showcasing that probably going to get a push up. So no guarantee on that, but this is what that's showing. If you go to holdings, you're kind of getting a more of a bearish look. Let me flip over to his book map and see if I can read what CVD is showing. CVD, that's looks like 6,800 minus. So you're getting a push up, and you're seeing orders kind of stacking up to the upside on Bookmap, as you can see, kind of that red area above. That's kind of what you're looking for. Obviously, you have a line drawn there around that 6,005 spot, where orders are kind of sitting. So you can see those are moving up, which is kind of pushing price up. So, like I said, you could get a pop here, if it wants to. Let's see if we can keep its momentum holding. We'll stick around for a minute and take a look. Because if you can break 60-20, going back to this chart, right? So 60-22 up here, break that, get a VWAP test to 60-28. You could see kind of a tide turning where you get back into this chop box that we started out in the open. And then is that the confidence the bulls need to then pile in to push it higher heading into this week's events? Or is that the moment for the shorts to say, okay, we've got enough profit, time to cover, to lock that in? All things are in play, so all things will be considered. If you are trading, again, you don't feel confident in a trade, obviously never do it. But if you must, scale down, always live for another day. MES, ES can be violent at these times of days, but MES, a little bit more gentle. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Just an update on my trading. I'm got a combine, 3 combines that are close to passing, all less than $300 away. I've got an XFA that's $200 up and locked, and another XFA I haven't touched today. So we'll keep it all going. All right, guys, we appreciate everybody. Happy trading. Good luck. Don't do anything stupid. Have your stops tight. Don't get married to a direction. All that fun stuff. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.